An old man scolded me for sitting down. Not sure if this really belongs here, so if it doesn't belong to the sub, please let me know. I had to undergo 4 rounds of IV chemotherapy for Hodgkin disease that was diagnosed in December 2023. The last round was administered at the end of February, and am doing better now. Because of the treatment, my immune system is heavily damaged. I was bald, but my hair is slowly growing back, and my stamina is not as good as it used to be. I am currently attending a seminar for a week, and today we had a trip to a climbing garden. We drove from our youth hostel with the train to the city, where the park was located. I used the chance to train and built up my muscles again. After 3 hours or so, we headed back. You have to keep in mind that the climbing garden was not in the city. We drove there with a taxi and walked the 4 kilometers back. So understandably, I was incredibly tired. As soon as we reached the station, I immediately sat down on a bench, while the others stood around the station. Some 70-year-old man that was standing beside the bench turned to me and said, "You know, there are old people who really need this bench." I looked around the station, and excluding my group, there were about 5 other people, including the old man, at the station. Only one of them was as old as him, and they all stood nowhere near the bench. He was the closest one. He said, "It's very disrespectful of you, 18 since October, to sit on the bench when older people need it more." A little bit dumbfounded, I answered, "There is no one trying to sit down, and of course if someone older than me tries to sit down here, I of course would move." He just scoffed and said, "The youth of today is so disrespectful to the elderly." Right at that moment, the train arrived. We got on, thankfully without that man, and drove back. I swear if he got on, he probably would have complained about me sitting down in an almost empty train. Some people,